Afternoon. This is Tuesday, July 20, 2016. It's approximately 4:30 p.m. We are here for a committee of the Recreation and Parks Committee. Mr. Titterington, do you have some information after I introduce my fellow councilman here?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. To my right is Mrs. Oda, and to my left is Mr. Tremblay. Myself, I am also named Brock Heath, and we are ready to move forward.
Wow.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair. We are asking that you make a recommendation to council to enact some legislation so that we can finalize the sale of the portion of the Duke Park North property that we purchased late last year. That is the portion along the Great Miami River that we have an option with the Miami County Park District to purchase. And in the report, and as we've gone along and had discussions, we've talked in terms of 38 acres. That was appraised at $7,100 per acre. We have done the preliminary survey. The acreage that we are recommending at this point, give or take, to sell to the Park District would be actually 40 acres, 40.63 acres.
Okay.
That's not necessary for us to retain. It's for a valid public purpose to sell it to the Park District so that we can finalize the documentation and the sale as soon as possible and get our money as well. We are asking for emergency legislation.
Thank you. Will the documents be changed to show the 40.6?
The final documents will have the final acreage in it, yes.
Okay, perfect. Would either of you have any questions?
I had a question. The land is to the west. So will they have access to Troy Sidney Road? I forget the footprint of the land.
We will include an easement so that there is a connection to Riverside.
Okay.
I believe it is Troy Sidney at that point, but Riverside is
Okay.
what we know it as.
That was my only question.
Just to make sure I heard you right, you'll make sure that the property that we're selling touches the road?
Or has an easement?
It'll have an easement connecting to
Okay.
the road, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Mrs. Oda, do you have any questions
I
about
do.
this?
Do they have any plans for that? It's in a floodplain.
They applied for and received a grant through the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. It's a conservation grant that will provide a perpetual conservation easement on the property, meaning that it would remain passive, so it cannot be an active recreational space. It is along the river, it's along the river bank, and so it is part of the flood area. They have actually been doing some preliminary work towards planting some saplings, some trees, and other vegetation to keep it passive.
They're already planting trees and stuff on it.
Yes, they are. They had to get that in the spring as opposed to now, so that it could
And I know we
start.
had talked about that this is what would happen with it, so I understand that.
And we have had an option that has been exercised and extended to October. But again, to get the sale and to get everything taken care of, we'd like this as an emergency.
And so this is back along the river.
It is.
It borders the river.
Yes.
Okay. What's on the other side of the river? Where does that fall in 25A? What's
That goes to
back
25A, so it is north of Treasure Island, that area.
So a little past the fairgrounds, probably.
Along the same
Out,
line.
yeah. Not important to this discussion, but I'm in favor of moving forward with it.
Thank you. And this wasn't being farmed before, he wasn't able to,
I don't believe so, right.
so it was just sitting there in its natural state anyway.
Yes.
We have Mrs. Oda's recommendation. Mr. Tremblay,
I'd move forward with this, and I recommend emergency.
you like the emergency as well?
I do.
Perfect. It's the unanimous decision to move forward with emergency. Are there any other items to come before?
No, sir?
Great, we're done. Thank you.